Hey guys, good morning. Happy Thursday. Just walking and talking with you today. I thought I would bring you with me. Forgive me, y'all, if I'm ASMR heavy breathing. No, ew. No, one thing about me is wherever I am, I'm gonna find a gym somewhere to, get some physical activity. And then I'm going to find whatever is wild close by. It's always wonderful if you can kind of sneak away and carve out time to get to secluded spaces in nature. It's more like an untainted energy. But what I love to do, for example, here near my gym is there's a lot of beautiful open land, and I'm sure it's probably owned by the gym, but I don't know. And it's gorgeous, and I just come and walk if I know I'm going to have a busy day, if I, or whatever's going on. This is interesting, look. This is the kind of stuff that I see. Can we focus? Look at that. This is how my brain works, guys. I like that. So if you're ever looking at a candle for me and you're like, where does she get? That's how it happens. I like to take a few minutes away, and I'll walk, or, sometimes you stick some binaural beats or a guided meditation in your earbuds or whatever. Maybe sometimes you just vibe. Sorry if there's traffic. It's earlier in the morning and it's a busy road not too far away. But it's a little slice of gorgeousness. And I love it. So, what's on my heart, what's on my mind, I think, is that we're going to be hearing a lot of talk about all this Aries energy. Obviously, coming at you with no cards, no charts, just channeling, which we are actually all doing all the time, right? And I think if you followed me or had one-on-one work with me or been in with my full moon people or whatever the case may be, I'm sure you've heard me say you have to operate from a open heart space that's rooted and grounded. Y'all, I'm always such a sucker for like lichen and moss or whatever. How do you look at this and not say, that's so fucking cool and gorgeous, right? We call this grid work, okay? We're doing grid work. So, we've got multiple big hitters in Aries energy. Obviously, yes, the sun is in Aries because it's the season of Aries on the zodiac wheel. Mercury's in Aries, a couple other things in Aries, asteroid bodies, one or two of those maybe, definitely Chiron. And then, of course, as I've mentioned to you before, we're going to have what we call a black moon portal, where you have two new moons in the same sign back to back. We call that a black moon portal. Obviously, I'm sure you've heard of once in a blue moon. That's when you have two full moons back to back in the same sign. So we've got this black moon portal, this big, grand, blazing entrance of Aries season and the spring equinox. And we have, we're also going to have our eclipse. And I encourage you to read up about that. It's very fascinating. It's going to be a powerful eclipse. So we have all of this Aries energy. And it's kind of, I think a big point that I just I'm not really reading enough or hearing enough people say is that Aries, is a very passionate, very aggressively loving, that's the friend. You know what I mean? They will square up with you in any scenario. Like if y'all are, if you guys are friends, you know what I mean? Or if that's your family or whatever, that energy will be compassionate. They will be passionately aggressive in their fierce love. You know, we can have a good time, we can get wild, but I will be so fiercely passionate for you in any scenario. And that is also Aries energy. And so I think that reminds me, I think there is a shit ton of solar plexus activation right now, and it is going to come down through our crowns. By the way, get out in the sunshine if you can. You know, the level of Schumann resonance we've been having lately, I swear, the sun just feels different. It looks different. It's like the light is a different frequency, but, you know, maybe it is every time we look at it. But get out in the sunshine right now. But I think also in this energy, in the end of May and carrying us through April, through Aries season, to the solar eclipse opening, the opening of the eclipse season, heart chakra work is so important. You know, because in the midst of, this is what I'm calling this huge fire portal of activation of rebirth, we of course can't go unawares, you know, that Saturn has moved into Pisces and will be there for some time. And that Pluto's ingress into Aquarius is going down. I encourage you, if you've never looked into it, Google, just for shits and giggles. Google what happened the last time Pluto, sorry, I realized that I was sitting on this huge thorn, guys. Google and do yourself a fun favor and look at what happened the last time Pluto ingressed into Aquarius. So, but listen, it's nothing about fear. I want you to understand, I'm going to stand up, but no, you guys, look at these mushrooms. I told you the other day, look, Mercury's in Aquarius, so my brain is like, meow, meow, meow. Look, though, can you focus? My camera said, don't talk to me like that. Look, can we not? Anyway, it's these gorgeous little mushrooms, and I wanted to show them to you, but, there it is. Look how cute. If we ever hike together, we can't be friends if you don't, like, nerd out over mushrooms and flowers. You know, we can't. Yeah, look at this mushroom. That's me. But I'm saying perspective. Perspective is really everything. And if you think about Mercury being in Aries right now, Mercury, it's not just communication, and it's also very much, it is messages, it is communication, but it's also the mind. The mind, the perception of your reality. What is your inner landscape of your mind? And if we have this incoming cardinal fire, you know, cardinal fire gives birth. It's the you know, usher in of the new. So it's a like I said the other day, refiner's fire, except in your mind. Yes, I know, and multiple other planets as well. I get it. Fire is everywhere, but it's for our best and highest good, right? But I'm saying perspective is everything. And so if you choose to, I always want to say you have to, but you know what, you don't. We all have free will. If you choose to, for the best of your own evolution and growth, you may understand that what Pluto is doing, what Saturn is doing, is for the best and highest good of all in this age of Aquarius. You know? It's kind of like you couldn't keep telling the baby not to touch the stove because they just kept getting burned. And so you're like, hey guys, you know what, group meeting. So we're going to trash the whole stove. Your spirit guides, your ancestors, you know. Love your growth. You know what I mean? Love what you tried to do. We see it, you know, good shots. No, I'm being a little bit sarcastic, but understand you can embrace, right, like whatever perspective you choose. And the renewing fire in the mind is a gift. And then, you know, as you think of maybe a big meditative experience or a ritual or a big integration of maybe processing a painful part of your life, or whatever like those epiphany soul-changing moments are, right? You think about how those, maybe happen more like in a crown space or an emotional space, and in the crown with the epiphany, and then you pull that down, and it's very similar to like a Kundalini rising experience. You pull it all the way down, and then you draw it all the way back up from the root. And so we can embrace that moment right now. It's big Phoenix rising energy. It is big golden dragon energy. It is big, Kundalini rising energy. I'll tell you, when it comes to the heart chakra, though, one thing I know for certain is that me, in this 3D embodiment, right? I'm saying with a tired voice, it's like looking at my soul contract. Probably many others too, but it is what it is. We come to do big work, and that's never set up to be easy. But as a person who's been through a lot of deeply traumatic cycles in my life, when it comes to my heart chakra, it was a matter of reclaiming my heart, reclaiming my healing, reclaiming my tenderness, over and over and over and over again, and just refusing to let that be taken from me. And I think when we do heart chakra work, and once again, I know you've had to hear me say it more than once. Well, it depends on who's listening. But we operate from a rooted and grounded, open heart chakra space. And that is very powerful. And that is actually very much like a fire. Although I don't know if everyone always, you picture a rose, or, maybe a lotus, or whatever the case may be. And I'm not laughing at that. I've done it too. But also Spirit is showing me just like, what is it? Oh my gosh, you guys, I was so churched as a child. I should know this image. Oh, is it called the Sacred Heart? But it is like that burning heart. The burning heart, you know what I mean? But in a very sacred fire is really the image that I see when I think about this portal. I also see very much, like like someone would be meditating, and then they would have a crown on their head, but it would look like a crown made of flames. And so I just wanted to encourage you, and I just really wanted to walk and chat with you. I'm always flittering around and wandering, so I thought I would bring you with me today. Oftentimes, obviously, we're at my altar where I do my readings. It's so damn beautiful outside, though, you guys. There is the flipping of the contracts. The paying up of the dues, the sit back down on the table. You're either paying debts or you're renegotiating what is owed to you. And as we sit at these tables, metaphorically and spiritually, we are reminded with that flaming heart chakra, with that big, it's like a sunflower on the solar plexus. I am that I am. We are literally the abundance. We are literally the abundance. And if we release fear, if we remember, if we realign with, we remember who we are, you know what I mean? There's no way that abundance can be stolen from you. And so there's no reason really, Spirit is saying, that you need to close your heart chakra. We didn't now listen. The same divine empress that can be Mary, you know what I'm saying? She can also be Callie, And that's just how it goes. Anybody out here saying we're weak? I was never that. But we don't have to walk around with a closed heart chakra, because we are literally abundance. We are literally the battery that plugs, that everything else plugs into. You know what I mean? So that is, I've got to go on about my morning, a busy day to do all of the things, which I'm so blessed and fortunate and thankful that I get to do. I appreciate you guys. I would encourage you to have a lot of wisdom and discernment right now. Filter your energy, what you are watching, listening, reading to, the energy you entertain. But really in Aries season, you know what? It's a very inner child. It's a very playful energy. And there's no reason to fear. There's no reason to fear. There's no reason to fear. And I'm going to keep showing up and telling you because trust me, these tables are going to start shifting. And the biggest win for the they and the them right now would be for us to return to fear. So anything that we went through this Pisces season, it was so deep for a reason. That rhymed. So many scales came off of our eyes, and we have to understand that there's no reason to put the scales back on our eyes. There's no reason to do that. There's no reason to do that. Do you know how powerful our communities are? Do you know how strong we are? Do you remember, I don't know why Spirit is saying, do you remember World War II? You go back and look at the community and all the different things that happened there. And I'm sure someone could find a way to make that negative, but it's not what I mean, and I really don't care. But what I'm saying is our communities are very strong. We are very wise. We're very intelligent. Our children are so resilient. We are resilient. You can literally put a seed in the ground and feed yourself if you need to. Our communities, we can look to see what are the blessings in the things that are coming, Community is beautiful. What we can do together to help each other is so beautiful. How we can lift each other, encourage each other, teach each other, share knowledge, share wisdom, share in general is beautiful. It makes me think about how COVID was like a little blip that tested us. What would you do if? And I want you to think back to, when you were in a situation where you literally could not go here, you could not go there. Things were limited. People were kind of freaking out about, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to give segue to the energy, but you get what I'm saying? Remember the things that made you feel resilient. Remember the things that encouraged you. Remember how you realized maybe you could be resourceful in ways you did not know. You could create community in like small family groups and small you know what I'm saying, in ways that you did not know. You remember that. So I just want to encourage you, and I want you to kind of, love and light, buckle up, okay? Okay, I need you to buckle up, but I need you to remember that you're the currency. You're the currency. You are the currency. You don't manifest abundance. You are abundance, and your vibration and your frequency establish that going out ahead of you and behind you and around you. You're the currency, You are the battery that they, quote unquote, plug into. Don't forget that, okay? It's a powerful Aries season. It's a great time to refresh your heart chakra, to renew your solar plexus. You are the I am, and so am I. So we remember that, right? I was writing a quote as I was channeling something earlier this morning, and I shared, and it was like, the biggest weapon that any enemy has against you is your fear. So we do not want to block our heart chakras, block our solar plexus, and re-enter karmic cycles by letting cords be plugged back into us that feed off of our fear. So Aries season is a wonderful season to replenish, reinvigorate, and rekindle, fires in the heart chakra. So I love you anyway. I'm going to go on and get about my day. I hope you guys have such a wonderful day. I hope you do something that makes you laugh, that brings you joy today. Go look at something that is just, it stops you. It's so damn beautiful. You know what I mean? Eat your favorite food. Please, as best you can, be healthy. Take good care of your body. We're going to need our health in the coming next couple years, next decade. We're going to need to be here as long as possible for our children, So take care of your body, but I'm saying, eat something that gives you joy. Do something joyful. Joy is the best. It's the best. It's the undisputed. It's the best weapon, medicine, against blockage in the heart chakra is joy. It's the highest frequency. You can't even beat it. all the wisdom in the world can't even stand up to an energy like joy, you know? All right, I will talk to you guys soon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day going into the weekend, and take good care of yourselves, you guys.